After studying this module, you would be able to analyze the idea of technology transmission and its modes. You would be able to appreciate the part of technology transmission in the role of technology transmission in economic development. So now let us try to understand the significance of technology transfer. This module explains the need for technology transmission and why technology transfer is essential for a developing economy. To understand the concept of technology transfer, a brief description of technology can also be given. In the words of Kumar, 1999, technology contains two primary components: a physical component which includes items such as products, tooling, equipments, techniques and procedures, and the informational constituent which consists of know-how in management, marketing, production, quality control, consistency, capable labor and other functional areas. It can be easily found that technology used in developed countries is different from that of developing countries. But emerging economies need to update and advance their technologies for faster economic development. In an era where the world has developed as a global village, product of each and every country, whether developed or developing, is competing with each other in the global market. In this kind of a scenario, it becomes more important for developing countries to make technically sound products that face competition from the other countries of the world. This situation creates a scenario for technology transformation. UNTAD has requested the developed nations to transfer technology to developing nations. In simple words, technology transmission is transferred, or technology is transferred by one proprietor of one firm to another, from one entrepreneur to another, and this transfer can take place between the following entities: from developed to developing, from developed to developed, and from developing to developing economies. In the words of WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization, the distribution and transfer of technology is a major pillar that supports the raison d'etre of the patent system. Patents give an exclusive right to improve the efficient flow of knowledge and also to facilitate, to protect the technology. It is a legal framework that gives a platform to all technology holders to present their inventions to general public and also provide them an opportunity to sell their patents. The process of technology transmission is complex, and a number of factors such as political, market, human resources, etc., affect the process of technology transfer. Any conflict with the economic and social needs of the recipient country will affect the success of the technology transfer. For instance, in the 1960s, the agriculture development of northeastern Brazil was mainly financed by the international banks or financial organizations. But much of this region had been occupied by Brazilian aboriginals. But in the tropical rainforests like Amazon, they imported the technologies which caused serious environmental damages such as the soil erosion, and also it caused the demolition of natural environment of the flora and fauna, the birds, the animals and so on. So, it is imperative to check the sustainability of the technology, and it is expected effects of different factors before actually starting the procedure of technology transfers. So, it is to be understood that technology transmission concept is not only a matter of concern about the transfer of technology and knowledge, but also about the capability of technology recipients to learn and absorb the technology into their own production processes and functions. Das in 1987 argued that the technology transmission could be of two types. In the first case, we find that the production of new products or product or embodied technology transfers, and in the second case we find more efficient production of existing products, process or disembodied technological transfers. As described by Levin, the social science perspective is that technology transfer is a socio-technical process implying the transmission of cultural skills associated with the movement of machinery, equipment and tools. The types of technology transfer. Broadly, transmission of technology can be in two forms: internalized technology transmission and externalized technology transmission. We shall now be looking at the differences between the two. Internalized technology transfer. It is in the form of equity participation, FDI, etc., and the contribution of capital should be 50% or more. Externalized technology transfer, on the other hand, it can be in the form of licensing agreement or equity, but also the contribution of capital should be less than 50%. Internal technology transfer provides capital as well as technology. External provides only technological know-how. Technology flows from one foreign unit to a unit situated in another country with full or partial control over technology in the internal case. Technology flows from transferor to the transferee with no control over the technology in the case of external technology transfer. And finally, for example, when an MNC is set up and it sets up a subsidiary in a developing country, then technology transfer is done to its own subsidiary. On the other hand, for example, in the case of licensing agreements or joint ventures, they have increased amongst countries, especially due to government intervention and restrictions on FDI, etc. Now let us consider levels of technology transfer. First we have the operational level, then we have the duplicate level, the adaptive level and the innovative level. These are the various levels of technology given. The operational level. It is the least possible level of technology transfer. It may take place in the form like manufacturing skills, maintenance and procurement or quality control. Duplicate level. Afterward, the technology transfer can be duplicated where investments are also made to increase the level of capacities and to purchase and integrate foreign technologies. The adaptive level. This level is a level of self-reliance where imported technologies are adapted and improved according to the requirements, according to the local requirements. Innovation or the innovative level. This level of technology transmission is a symbol of innovative skills and is based on well established R&D, which is an essential to generate new technologies. Types of technology transfer agreements. A. We have licensing agreement. A license agreement is one of the most detailed agreements of technology transfer. The license agreement includes the following: legal names of both the institutions, the definition of the entire terms used, the effective date of agreement, the termination date of the agreement, and the specific technology being transferred. The amount to be paid by the licensee for the technology. Training to employees. Knowledge of simple and unpatented techniques or production processes can be transferred by imparting training to the personnel. Turnkey contracts. The route of the turnkey project is normally taken to transfer complex technologies. Apart from the supply of goods, it includes design, creation, commissioning or supervision of a system to a client. Contract for sale of plant and machinery. It provides for the transfer of operational technology pertaining to plant and machinery being transferred. Now, the role of technology transfer in economic development. As per an old proverb, give a man a fish and you need to feed him for a day. Give a man a fishing rod and he feeds himself and his family as long as the rod lasts. But a new take on this old proverb is: help a man to develop the knowledge and means to improve the fishing rod and to design and produce new ones, and he may feed himself and his society for years to come. This new variation of the old proverb given by WIPO clearly explains the role of technology transmission in economic development of a country. There is a huge technological gap between the rich and the poor countries, and the main reason behind this gap is the economic distance between these two areas. As pointed out by Lord Snow in his book The Two Cultures and a Second Look, the improvement in the level of living of the evolving countries does not need any major new scientific discovery. And accumulated knowledge is sufficient to accomplish this task. What is needed is to ensure its transfer to the needy. In the 19th century, when the process of industrialization began, each new nation which started the industrialization process either bought, borrowed, or stole the technical knowledge. As per the outcome, the transmission of overall growth rate of the world has progressed. So, transmission of technology performs a central role in the development of nations. Development of a country depends upon the goods and services produced, which in turn depend on the available technology. It is imperative for every country to use the best and updated technology to maintain the pace of growth. If a country can't innovate or produce technology itself, in that case the technology transmission can play a very important role. Let us now summarize what we have studied in respect of technology transfer. Technology transfer can be done through agreements like licensing agreement, training to employees, turnkey contracts, and the sale of plant and machinery. Transfer of technology performs a central role in the economic development of nations. Development of a country depends upon the goods and services produced, which in turn depend upon the available technology. What are the different types of technology transfer? First of all, we could have a physical component which includes the items such as products, tools, equipments, techniques and procedures. And secondly, we could have the informational constituents which consist of know-how in management, marketing, production, quality control, and the consistency of capable labor and other such functional areas. Now, what are the different levels of technology transfer? We have the operational level, which is the lowest level. Next comes the duplicate level, then the adaptive level, and finally the innovative level. What are the types of technology transfer? Production of new products or is known as product or embodied technological transfer. More efficient production of existing products with the help of new processes is known as disembodied technological transfer. Now, the role of technology transfer in economic development is immense. Transmission of technology performs a central role in the development of nations. Development of a country depends upon the goods and services produced, which in turn depends upon the available technology. It is an imperative for each country to use the best and updated technology to maintain the pace of growth. If a country can't innovate or produce technology itself, that is in the case of technology transfer, then it loses out in terms of economic development. Therefore, we see that technology transfer plays a very important role in the economic development of an country. Therefore, we have seen that there are various types of technology transfer, there are various instruments of technology transfer, and there are levels of technology transfer, there are different types of technology transfer, and then we have also seen the role of transfer of technology in economic development of a nation.